to everybody, and welcome to another edition of Little Monarchs Mocha. It's back to. Do you guys get the same thing that I get after the holiday weekend? I mean, you get the extra time off. Of course, it was more of a somber holiday, Memorial Day, but still you get the extra time and you get out of routine. And I don't know about you, but I thought yesterday was Sunday and today was Monday, but it's actually Tuesday. The workout was harder this morning. All that. Do you guys get the same thing? Anyway, Dan Vaughn with you on a Tuesday edition, and got my cup right here. Bring down the Rain Reborn right there. Glad you are along. Get you caught up on what's going on. There was nothing going on yesterday because of the weather. And I think we're starting to see, and I just looked at the standings. Monarchs are 4-6, 3 back in the division. Very big ball games today and tomorrow against Sioux Falls. We'll get to that in a moment. But I think you're kind of seeing, at least for this ball club and for, going back to spring, missed the 2 spring games, really get all the work in. The health, some guys still not really got their sea legs yet. I know everybody's got the same issues, but and just not able to really get in a groove. I mean, the rain out came last Thursday. You had one on Monday. It's just kind of spinning the wheels a bit. And I think this next week you had a chance to get going because you got the 3 games here. Texas, you should get those games in down in Cleveland, you would think. Now, Gary's always a toss-up, but what the weather looks like going to Gary next week, a warmer time in Chicagoland than usual. So this club just needs some kind of routine. I think Joe talked about it as well. Joe Capietra mentioned the top step to us over the weekend that, just kind of getting the road routine was good and just getting a routine. It's been really, and then you throw in, and this is by no means, this is not an excuse, but you do have to remember that every time the club leaves town, you've got to pack up all your gear and because the soccer comes in and plays. So there's those extra things. The normal season without the rainouts and all that, you got your normal routine. You get your routine. It's all good, but the rain, the weather just stops the routine. It stops, what you're trying to get going the momentum-wise. It affects everyone. I had this conversation on the radio, I think, with y'all on Sunday, but I was asked by a couple of the folks in the front office, has it always been like this? And this is what we dodge this time of year, and it affects everyone. For you folks sitting at home, yeah, it's just a decision to come to the ballpark or not. But for, I'll use Morgan as an example, in promotions and marketing, Morgan's got shows to put on, and she has to shuffle, things around a bit. Jim Cundiff, who runs our concessions and beverage service and all that, he's got to go through all that. He's prepared for a game, then we don't have it. There's those things all in the mix. And then you throw in Joe Capietra, who's got to figure out who's going to start a doubleheader. How's this affect the pitching staff going on? There's all kinds of side effects for when these rainouts happen. So, I look at the standings today, seeing the club at 4-6 and 3 behind Sioux City. And do we really know a lot about this club except for this club's going to have a good offense? And I think the pitching staff's going to be really good. Have we seen enough? Because we haven't seen enough of the sample with Sioux City. We only saw them twice. Only saw Lincoln twice. I like to think that you probably win both those 2 final games. So, I mean, there's a lot of things we don't know about the division because we haven't seen enough of the division. I think we know what Cleveland brings because we saw them for 3 ball games, all part of this whole getting things going. And I think that's where we're at. We're just trying to get things going. And hopefully that'll begin today. Doubleheader at 5 o'clock. Get your comments and questions as well here if I pull that up for you here in a little Mocha time. Let's see here. I do believe we will see, double checking here, but Justin Schaefer will go in game 1 with the bullpen behind him. The Nick Travieso will go the second ball game, which will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 o'clock, but no guarantee because you got first game. They're 2 7s. So I'm got your comments pulled up here too, folks. Let me get those up for you. It says lineups. That's not what it should say. I'm sorry, I didn't change that. I was so excited for things to work today that I didn't. It's not pregame. Sorry about that, folks. It's Monarchs Mocha. Let's change that. Oh my gosh, Vaughn. I actually kind of need like a designated producer person, but anyway, whatever. All good. Sunshine consistency is what. Yes, yes. And I will give you this little bit thing too, Donna. When the sun came out over the weekend after the rains late in the week, I don't think I've ever seen grass as green as what I saw over the weekend on Friday and Saturday here, Saturday especially. I walked to the ballpark mid-morning. The green grass is almost blinding before Tyler had a chance to mow it. Any news on Nick Franklin? Jonathan adding, I asked this to Joe yesterday to the pregame. I will give you the update from what he gave me then. Let me bring the audio down just a second here, folks. Sorry about that. Joe's update yesterday as of game time was the Ellington and Lennox combo looked to be probably on track. We're looking at probably sometime later in the week, if not sooner. I expect to see those two guys back this weekend. As far as the situation with Nick Franklin, I do believe he's getting close. I do believe that will be the next major move this club makes offensively if they do, and when they do. He did say it was close. He didn't give me a definite timetable, but I would say, within, he's on the inactive list. I would say within the 2 weeks time frame, which would give him the time to come off within the first month. But I will double check for that. But I know he did mention he mentioned two things. A, that Ellington and Lennox were very close to this week. He mentioned this week with the time frame later in the week. And this club definitely needs those two guys. They're horses in your bullpen. They're not your setup guys, or they're not your closer. They're your setup guys. They're the guys that make that ball game short at the end. You run out them, win them out their seventh and eighth inning. And with what McGrain's done as well, you suddenly shorten the bullpen if you can just get there. But you can't be able to get there because the rotation is trying to still find its way, and you haven't really get the momentum with the off days and the rainouts and all that. So you're just trying to get there. And I think you saw a great example of what happened on Friday night with the game where they had where Baker went to 4 and Schaefer went to 2. And I think you saw what Stout did when he went 7, that suddenly the opportunity, if you have those guys in the back end, because Diaz is available both days, you throw in Lennox and Ellington and Grain in there, that's a real lockdown bullpen. I don't think there's a better pen in the league. A little more, we're looking at week after, but I think he's getting close. He's much better. But a shoulder issue is a shoulder issue. When you take a tumble like he did over there at the Urban Youth Academy, shoulders can be a tricky thing. We talked a bit about this over the years, guys that have had shoulder issues. And, we've seen it happen where a guy, it lingers all year. And I don't think that's the case. I'm not diagnosing that, but I just think you want to rush a guy back. What does a ball player need to compete? Well, you need to be healthy. But what's the most important part of a ball player's health? Probably, I would say a pitcher would be the arm, obviously, and his knees. I mean, knees got to be good, right? You can't have bad knees and deliver a pitch full force and brace yourself. Obviously, knees are important for guys running, but I would have to say a shoulder issue, throwing and swinging a bat, pretty big deal. I would think that's probably outside of a nagging knee or whatever. You got to have a shoulder to throw, swing the bat, dive, whatever, and to feel comfortable and confident and be able to do your things. I see looking down there, Monarch is running through the puppy ring of the ballpark. Can I get a shot of this? Sorry, guys. You guys see Monarch down there? She's so little now from this angle. You see her? There you go. You see her down the left of your screen. She's down right toward the field. Anyway, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I looked to my left and I kept seeing something move, little creature in my view moving, and I kept looking. I realized it was Monarch. She's just running down the stands down there. Now she's trying to find her way to she's found her way to the field. The terrace down there, the terrace gate is open, so she's found her way to the terrace, into the terrace gate, and I think she's trying to find her way to the grass. So anyway, the Brandmeier family's dog, Monarch, the little pup, little German Shepherd, and she's a beauty. Yeah, I just looked. I saw the corner of my eye. I'm like, what's going on there? But Anyway, okay, let's continue. It was a good weekend. Let's talk a bit about it. I don't think anyone would tell you that it wasn't a good weekend. And you'd guess you did lose the game on Sunday. On Sunday's game, real quick, and Joe talked about this in the top step yesterday, just missed opportunities. You had your chances. It was 7-0, but if you take out that, you can't do this, take the 4 runs out later, I think Robinson Martinez did a pretty good job and kept you in the ball game. You were really one swing away from either taking a lead, tying the game twice in the ball game in that 5th and 6th inning, but double play balls for Marriott saved the day. The Monarchs had him on the ropes, and he winds up being the pitcher of the week in the association. More on that in a moment as well, but he is the pitcher of the week in the association. But he was close to me. I mean, again, 2 double play balls probably provide that. If the Monarchs crack through in those 2 innings, it's a different ball game, and most likely he's not pitcher of the week. But he is. He made the pitch. He got the double play ball. That's why it's called a pitcher's best friend. Take out Sunday. I think Friday, Saturday was what you expect to see here. You've got to mention the great work from Schaefer and Baker. Stout's outing on Saturday. I mean, those were 2 solid outings. Those are 2 solid performances from the starters, and that gives your offense a chance to go to work. I think we've seen this. I love what Casey Gillespie's doing quietly behind Gabby Guerrero, leading the team on walks. You take a breath and you wind up taking a breath there. What Darnell Sweeney's doing at the top of the card, pretty phenomenal. Run through the highlights there from the weekend too, by the way, while we're at it, so we can do that. But get a little shot there. This is Sweeney from Friday, the double right there, the double on Friday. Then you've got a real balanced card around there. Connor Willis is getting aboard. I think Jan Hernandez is benefiting as well. Here's Jan. He's at the plate right here, the wild pitch. But Jan also benefiting from being around Gabby Guerrero. Gabby Guerrero presents that problem for lineups because you can't. He's going to hit mistakes. He's going to hit good pitches. He's a tough out. And you take a breath there, but you've got guys in front of him and behind him who are protecting him, and he's and also protecting them. So it bodes for a pretty good lineup card there. And I think that you really look at that and you see what this offense is capable of doing. Again, Sweeney was as big of a part of the weekend as Gabby Guerrero. We talked a lot about the home runs because they were pretty impressive. But Sweeney also had a big hit in the ball game on Saturday, the double off the wall. That was big as well. I mean, you're 2-0 to 5-0. And this offense taking advantage of those opportunities, and there's a home run for Guerrero right there. That one maybe is more impressive than what he hit out of the ballpark. The one he hit to 409 that's the deepest part of the ballpark for a right-handed batter to go that direction, and that's a pretty good poke. 412 or so, or whatever it was there on the home run, just clearing the wall. But that's a pretty impressive home run. The one to the left over the monster of the ballpark was crazy bomb, and it left the whole yard. But I was as impressed with the one the other direction for Gabby Guerrero. He went to right center. Again, it was just over the 409, so it was about 412 out there. That's a poke. And that breeze was not helping it at all either. That's the deepest part of that alley and right, and Guerrero cleared it. So that may have been as big of a deal. Any special promotions coming up for Father's Day? Maybe a jersey giveaway. Let's see here. Beth, let me pull my sheet up here. Just hold on to it. Double steal right there. You got me thinking down the road there too, don't you? Yeah, that's down the road. Morgan's probably next door. She can give me that. She'll have an update for us. I will update for you shortly. Father's Day promotions. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I'm looking at this week. Tonight, Tyler's Amazing Balancing Act. Have you seen this? This guy rocks. He was here a couple of years ago. He'll be in game 2 tonight. And he involves the fans, players, umps, the whole 9 yards. This guy can balance. I think he can balance me even. I mean, this is how good this guy is. But anyway, that'll be tonight. And you see the highlights again. That's from Friday night. Let's move to Saturday night. The highlights from Saturday. And you hear my audio in the background. But Saturday night, the same stuff. Again, when you get a rotation, when you got solid starting pitching, which you got. I mean, you got Stout, who was outstanding. Let me me pull the volume down just a bit there. But there you got the Saturday night ball game. Again, this is the Guerrero home run right here, I believe. And that's the base hit. I'm sorry. I want to see if I think the home run's on this reel, but if not, we'll have to show it to you tomorrow. Again, you're thinking power, leaving the ballpark like Guerrero did, something like Lago did a couple years ago. We've seen it a couple times. We saw Yohan Hernandez do it in the Sunday game a week ago, but that 4-9 poke to the direction, pretty impressive. But again, taking 2-3 from Cleveland, that's the right track. What you didn't want to have happen is fall in the division with losing those division head-to-head games. You've already dropped 4, winning 2, and now you're 2 and 5. A lot better than being the direction, or being 0 and whatever. So anyway. Questions, comments on this one here today. Tonight, 5 o'clock. Gates open at 4 o'clock. We expect to see tonight the same rotation for Sioux Falls. It's going to be Ty Colbreth, who's yet to allow an earned run this year. He's been pretty solid. Now, granted, I will give you that part of that is against the Apollos, but they wear uniforms too. Anytime you hold a team to no one runs, it's pretty impressive. So Colbreth he's a left-hander, not a big guy, 5'11", 195. He will go tonight in game 1. Eddie Medina, who tossed a no-hitter, 2 years ago for St. Paul, former St. Paul Saint, he goes tonight for Sioux Falls as well. That's their 1-2 punch. Tonight for Kansas City, it'll be tonight Justin Schaefer going. I expect in the 7-inning ball game, he'll be 3 to 4 innings. That's the goal. I know Joe told us that the pitch count will go up each time. He was in a limited range in game 1, or his start last week. It was the 40 range. They'd like to see him get in the 60 range. He's being stretched out. So look for that. Probably behind him it would be the bullpen, some form of fashion. And who that will look like, I don't know, but that's the plan. Game 2, Nick Travieso will go. Nick has been waiting now for 3 days. He was supposed to start on Sunday, got moved to Monday because just to give him an extra day, rain out, and now he's going to pitch the second game tonight. So that's your scheduled rotation tonight in this one. So that'll be the matchups here at 5 o'clock, game 1, 2 7-inning ball games. And the gates open at 4 o'clock. Tyler's Amazing Balancing Act will be in game 2, and that is tonight here at the Old Ball Yard. So look forward to having you all out here tonight. Those highlights again from, did I have the home run? Did I just give you guys the home run? Did I miss it? Did I miss the home run? I think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know if I did or not. I'm kind of fast forwarding here. If I did or not, oh well. Anyway, may I have. Also, this from the association, this is coming up now. This is like just clearing.
Prime sends a bounding ball, and guess what? He delivered again. It's a prime time kind of night.
Yeah, it was a prime time kind of week as it turned out. Correll Prime of the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks is the batter of the week. The infielder put up some ridiculous numbers. Prime missed out on the 2020 American Association batting title by a fraction of a percentage point, and he looks like a man on a mission this season. Here's a look at his numbers from last week. Ridiculous, .522 batting average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Just a great week for Correll. The pitcher of the week honor went to Michael Marriott of Cleburne, who was lights out for the Railroaders, picking up wins in consecutive starts. Marriott threw 6.1 no-hit innings to begin the game against Lincoln on May 25th, setting a Railroaders record for longest no-hit bid in the process. A look at his stats, .69 ERA, 11 Ks, 6 hits, 1 walk in 2 starts. Batting average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Just a great week for Correll. The pitcher of the week honor went to Michael Marriott of Cleburne, who was lights out for the Railroaders, picking up wins in consecutive
And that's your
starts.
pitcher and hitter
Marriott
of the week right there in the
6.1
association right there. And that's in the association show, which comes up. It'll be up here shortly. And it's the American Association show with Alec Basastansky. That is dropping today. And I encourage you folks, if you're big fans of the association, like we are, that you check that out. It's going to have highlights. We're going to be on the show in 2 weeks, not 2 weeks from today. Yeah, 2 weeks from today. That's right. We're week 5. This is the week 3rd show. This is the 3rd show, so we're 2 shows away. And I guess yours truly will be on there talking about the Monarchs and about what's going on. But check that out. I don't know if I have. Let me put this up for you too. This is the link. I'm going to give it in the chat for you so you guys can check out the link to the show. This is where you can see the show right here. But it just dropped. It's dropping now all over the league. So let me just put the link up for you. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. But I encourage you to check it out. Some great content from the American Association. Also tomorrow at 3:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Carlo Waddell will do his thing with the association's show, a look around the league every 3:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Facebook. And that's the American Association Facebook. So I encourage you to do that. But yes, the association show drops here just moments, and it'll be up in the next various channels around, but there's your link right there, so check that out. Question as we wrap this thing up today on a little Monarchs Mocha. Hey, Tim, how you doing, mate? Let's see here. But yes, check it out. There's your player and picture of the week, and you can find out more on the American Association show. It's around the association. It's really good work and good stuff. Definitely raising the bar of the association. Put pressure on me. No, just kidding. Anyway, all good stuff there. Question being asked by Brian. Does a starting pitcher need to go 5 but get the win on it? Well, that is a good question. Now, it depends on yes and no. Now, it used to be, now this is how it used to be, Brian. It used to be that was the case. But they've moved it back now. And I don't know what year was that. Do I have that written down here? Let me see if I can find that. I think that changed. Oh gosh, it changed a couple of years ago. It used to be you had to go 5, but I believe now the scorekeeper can either because this happened to us in Grand Prairie 2 years ago. Go 5. B, I believe it was Jose Mesa Jr. went 4. And a shutout performance, and then I believe the pin shut out Grand Prairie for another 2 innings or 3 innings, and the club got the lead, but they still rewarded the win to Mesa and went and won the 4 innings. I mean, I think that I want to say that was the case, but I do believe I actually it was a tie ball game. Maybe that was 1-1, and I don't remember. There's something along those lines, but yes, the question is no. I believe it's 4. Love this show. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Love this show. So glad to take the time to thank you very much, Tim. Hey, everybody, when we're not on holiday, which was yesterday, if it's not, it's a normal day because day game is almost impossible, but night games is great. We can do